All right, guys, it's Saturday. Wanted to touch base with you again, give you a couple ideas as maybe how you can change some things up for this week. Most of us have heard the adage that sitting is the new smoking, and if you're anywhere on the Providence campus or especially in the middle school PE, you've heard that and repeatedly. But here's the thing I want to do is I want to actually add some movements today and kind of expand your sitting repertoire from here. And that's going to be done by getting you actually out of your seat and onto the ground. There's recent research out right now that is actually showing that for those of you that can actually get into this position here, Indian style position, if you can get up from this position without using your hands or grabbing onto some kind of object, that actually, there's a correlation to that to longer longevity. If you cannot and you need the assistance to get up in the ground, there's a correlation to that to a decrease in longevity. Now, it's not that you can't get up or can't get down off the ground. The idea behind this is that getting up and getting down requires a lot of mobility in the body. Do you have the ability to move through full ranges of motion, and do you have the ability to balance at the same time? The idea here is, think in terms of, we all have a kind of a movement bubble that we live in. And this bubble, we want to expand this bubble as far as we can. We want to be able to step as far as we can, reach, pick up the groceries, pull them out of the car, or reach and move a box, whatever it may be, without injuring ourselves. If we stay immobile or we stay in a seated position for the majority of the time of our lives, and then hop out of that chair and go do something that requires us to overextend ourselves, that's where a lot of injuries happen. We tend to overextend ourselves, get out of balance, begin to pull something, whatever may happen, but something inevitably happens with the body. So we want to be able to create this movement sphere or bubble. We want to be able to move freely all over this bubble and without injury or pain. All right, so I want to demonstrate a couple positions. Notice I got a desk on the floor here. Now you can buy something like this on Amazon. I think this was like $50. You can use a coffee table. You can use bricks that are next to your fireplace. Be creative at your home. Create a little workstation on the ground. I got a little yoga mat here, just a little cushion. So I can sit in various different positions. There's really no wrong in what position I'm sitting in. I can sit in this position and work here. Now my body, after a couple minutes, I'm going to aim for a couple minutes in each position. My body will then tell me when to move. So if I start to get a little achy in this position, maybe I just sit down and drop into here. Maybe I put my feet underneath here. Bring my feet out nice and wide. And I notice that when I change these positions, I'm stretching different parts of my body. Mainly my hips, my leg musculature, my low back. And this is kind of just a built-in way of stretching and doing some mobilizing of the tissues. So it's not additive. I'm not adding a stretching routine on top of the work that I'm doing. I'm actually doing the stretching routine while I'm doing my work. And it's these little doses that add up. So if I'm doing this during my work, then I don't have to do it after. And if I do while I'm working and I do this each day, I change it up. Maybe I am sitting for a little bit. I get on the floor. Maybe I'm standing. I'm changing things up. My body will then respond well to this, and I will feel, and I promise you this, you will feel a dramatic difference when you get up as opposed to you sitting in a chair. That sleepy, lethargic feel, when you get out of a chair where you kind of need to stretch like a cat, you won't be doing that because you'll have been stretching this whole time. Your body will actually feel reinvigorated. You'll actually have some ranges of movement that you didn't have before, and you'll be prepared to go out and do life, whether it's go take a walk, or go have a bike ride, or go on a run, whatever it may be, which will help decrease the achiness, soreness, stiffness, and even pain. So start to incorporate some of this ground game here. Sit in all sorts of various different positions. Play with it. Have fun with it. Have fun with how you build your little workstation out. Let's see how you guys feel.